What's up, YouTube? And today we gonna be reacting to the top 10 most scariest doorbells reaction, and we just gonna get straight into the video.
This first video was captured in the middle of the night at an apartment complex in Toledo,
Okay.
The doorbell footage shows a man knocking on the front door with what looks like a firearm in his waistband. Now, the owner of the apartment didn't recognize the man, so she would question who it was. The unknown man would simply respond with "It's me." The homeowner would then further question his response, but rather than clarifying, he would simply give away through the front door.
That boy got a whole gun on the side, and he talk about "it's me."
However, it would not be enough to get the homeowner to open it, so
Of
you would
course
ultimately
not.
walk off. Disturbingly, as he does so, a second man pops up from a nearby dumpster and also walks off.
First of all, he got on a mask talking about "it's me." Who? Who is me? Who? Anybody can say it's just me. Anybody. And then it
this
looked like
wouldn't
somebody
be the
walked
end of
off
it.
with him.
The two would then walk around to the back door, where they would attempt to pick its lock. The police were called, and when they arrived, the two were gone. Fortunately, unsuccessful in getting the door open. It's not 100% clear what the 2-minute planned. The almost empty-looking backpack at the first guy suggests they had planned to rob the place. But it's also possible they had much worse intentions. The two of them have yet to be identified by police. The homeowner in
So it
Texas
wound up
would
being
wake up
two
one
of them.
morning to find the gate into his backyard wide open. Curious, the man would review the cameras he had around his house, and this is the sign he was met with. A man holding a knife and in a clown costume, complete with the suit and mask.
Yo, I kid you not, I got a story time. A few days ago, I was getting my car fixed. Normal stuff. You know how like somebody walk past each other and say, "Hey, how you doing?" They spoke to me first. It was this man. He said, "Hey." I said, "Hey, how you doing?" But his voice didn't match his face. Like, he said, "Hey, how you doing?" in a nice way, but his eyes was like, "Oh, I'ma hurt you," or some shit. Or like, not even hurt me, but it was like a rude ass face. Like, why speak in the first place if you gonna have a staring contest with a rude ass face? I don't know.
Casually walks around
That
the
was
property,
weird.
looking inside the house and testing all the doors.
It looked like he had a coffee shop. Nah, that's their patio. He had their patio trying to pick locks and stuff. And they cameras
This will,
up.
of course, take
all
place in
angles.
2016, during that sort of killer clown craze that went on for a few months. Looking back, most people that participated in that were most likely just having fun trying to scare people. But there's no denying that others took advantage of the situation, genuinely attempting some pretty horrific crimes hidden under a clown mask, with this likely being one of those cases. It's clear the person in the costume is actually trying to break into the house with a knife. Though after being unsuccessful, the clown would eventually walk off, and despite a police report, that would be the end of it. Ultimately, the homeowner would be left with nothing but this disturbing footage.
What would y'all do
This
if y'all
footage was
seen
captured in
that around
Colorado
your
in the
house?
middle of the night. The issue 3 mountain lions appearing from the darkness and starting to walk around a set of houses. They were captured even going as far as to walk up onto the porch of one of the houses. Mountain lion sightings are known to be exceptionally rare in this specific area. Typically, they'll stay a lot further in the mountains where they have easier access to the deer that they prey on. To see them in an area with a lot of people, especially in the neighborhood, is not at all common, at least in this area. The 3 cans would eventually walk off, but there are almost no doubt things would have gone differently had one of these homeowners left their pets outside for the night, or possibly were even outside themselves. This doorbell camera footage was captured in Overland Park, KS, in March of 2017. Shown in the video is a nearby active house fire. The home of the neighborhood just across the street has been completely engulfed in flames. As the fire department arrives, neighbors can be seen desperately moving their parked cars away from the house.
Did the oven blow up? Because them flames is immediately tough. Like, it's grow large immediately.
Eventually, a flaming piece of debris can be seen falling and landing on a set of bushes just in front of the camera. The bushes quickly burst into flames. The fire starts spreading quickly, but before it's able to get out of hand, a neighbor notices it and attempts to put it out. He grabs a garden hose and sprays the fire while pressing the house's doorbell. However, the owner of the house isn't home and frantically tries to communicate this through the doorbell speaker. In the end, the fire department would be able to put out the house fire and, with help from the neighbors, prevent it from spreading to nearby houses. This video was posted by Doorbell News in September of 2022. This video shows a man knocking on the door at 3 a.m. He pounds on the door multiple times. This guy needs some help, but it's 3 in the morning and he needs to go away. He asks the homeowner to come to the door and talk to him.
Excuse me, miss. Can you come talk to me, please?
There was no reply from the homeowner. The guy went into the street and started looking for a lift. Then he comes again and starts pounding on the door. He gets aggressive and starts yelling. The homeowner called the police.
Man, I need your help, man. You need to help me out, man.
I don't know what he was looking for, but it was bizarre behavior.
Yeah,
Historical footage was recorded just before 4:00 a.m. on a night in August 2020. The video captures an unidentified man walking in front of a house and emptying a gas container over the yard and front porch. Shortly after he disappears off-screen, a large fire erupts just in front of the camera.
Man, these people probably be going at it with certain people, and them people don't play. Like, say if you have an argument with somebody, and the person be like, okay, don't
No
go to
one would be
sleep tonight.
injured during the incident,
And then you
however.
wake up to,
Unfortunately, 2
your house
houses
on
and a
fire.
vehicle would be damaged.
That's why you gotta
The
watch who
homeowner
you
would
argue
claim to
with.
have no
people
idea who
you
could be responsible or who
get
would
into
even
it
consider
with.
doing this to them.
Exactly.
At least from an outside perspective, the act looks completely random with seemingly no reason behind it, making the clip all the more unsettling. On a night in September of 2021, a homeowner would get a suspicious knock on his door at about 3:00 in the morning.
That's the
Upon
same
opening his phone
person
and looking at his
from
doorbell
when the
camera,
video
he
first
would see
started.
two would look like teenagers identifying themselves as
knocking
CPD
on
or Columbus
both of the
Police Department.
Oh my God, they fucking my head up real quick.
CPD, open up. We need to ask you a couple questions.
The video shows the man in the front clearly holding a firearm, and the house sitter would eventually access the doorbell camera speaker to further question him.
Can I help you? CPD, we need to ask you a couple questions. I'm sorry? CPD, we need to ask you a couple
So basically, he was going around the whole neighborhood seeing who he could get out of this whole neighborhood.
Yes, this is CPD. We would like you to step to the door, please. Can I see a badge? We would like you to step to the door, please, sir. I don't have to show you my badge, sir.
The man refuses to show a badge because, well, obviously, he doesn't have one. The homeowner knew what was going on, so rather than stepping to the door, he would call the real police department and report two armed men at his front door. After a couple of minutes, the two would once again attempt to get the homeowner to open the door. But after that failed, and they would run off before the real police could show up.
CPD, open the door.
The two were most likely just looking to rob the man when he opened the door. But I mean, it's possible they had worse intentions in mind. There's just no way of knowing for sure. Both of them were never identified by police.
Exactly.
In May of 2018, a woman would leave her parts car that was just outside her house unlocked overnight. Not surprisingly, someone would find the unlocked car and proceed to steal multiple items that were owned by the woman. A few hours later, the man responsible for the theft would be caught on the woman's doorbell camera attempting to use her set of keys that he had just stolen to unlock her house's front door.
It's showing like his beard, but it ain't showing like the
This
whole
all took
face.
place while a house owner was home and sleeping, but luckily the set of keys he had stolen didn't have a house key on it, so the guy just ended up walking off. Had the set of keys contained a house key, things most likely would have ended much differently.
Exactly. Now, where she got her family
Shown in this doorbell